All right, what is going on, everybody? It is Zach here, aka Primetime Collecting. I'm here with the boss man, Vida, the headmaster of Vida Breaks. How are you today, my friend?
Good, tired but good. Just
Back.
back from Phoenix.
Industry conference was awesome, huh?
It was pretty good. Yeah, it was. I missed yesterday with all the product announcement stuff, but that's fine. Curtis was still there, so he got a lot of that information over to us. But it was good. Tuesday was mainly just talking about business. How to grow your business, how to do some tweaks here and there, things like that. Um, Good stuff, good networking, good people. Spent a lot of time with Chuck. Went to the basketball game. It was awesome. So
Yeah,
we're glad to
it
be
looked
home.
it looked
Glad to
like an
be home.
absolute blast.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for
Just a
sure.
lot. Just a long trip.
Yes. But with that being said, with the whole industry conference happening, as you mentioned, there was a lot of great product news that came out. And that's kind of what we're here to talk about today is Topps Chrome NFL is less than a week away. It releases Wednesday, April 15th. I want to keep wanting to say 14th, but it is the 15th. Tax day. How can we forget? What a great way to celebrate that holiday. So we can celebrate with brand new, officially licensed Topps Chrome NFL. And today we're going to go over the checklist, going to go over the different SKUs, give you guys a breakdown of what you're going to be buying into when you are buying into breaks and what to be looking out for with each individual team. So if you're ready, I am ready, and we can pop into this thing.
Let's do it.
All right, let me add this really quickly here. So let me show you guys this. So here's a quick little view of some of the images of some of the things here. And off go, just quickly looking at some of these pictures here. I see first thing that comes out to me is not even the Scatabo. Some people will say the Scatabo, but for me, it's the Matthew Stafford auto. Like that is, that is crazy. I can't remember the last time we had Stafford autos to chase. Like for me, I think it might have been 2009 National Treasures type of stuff in my head of when he last signed and stuff, unless I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I have no idea. I completely miss pretty much all of the Panini football stuff. I was
Yeah.
never really into it. Tops is a whole different story, though. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah, this stuff is going to be insane. Now, the biggest thing with the tops that you definitely want to get recognized with or familiar with if you're going to be buying into breaks is definitely the different SKUs that are going to be in here. So essentially, there's about 6 different SKUs that you can find. You're going to find hobby, which will be in hobby shops, and there will be plenty of breaks going around of hobby for case breaks. The light, which might be in a handful of shops, but is mostly designed for breaks. Jumbo, which is going to be a combination of being in shops and mostly breaks. Then you've got your retail SKUs of hanger boxes, value boxes, and mega boxes. Now, I know we are going to be breaking hobby, delight, and jumbo, so mostly going to be talking around those 3. And essentially, the biggest difference is the number of autos and number of parallels that you're going to be getting in each break. So essentially, each hobby box is going to have 1 auto or 1 autograph relic. Delight is going to have 2 autos, and Jumbo is also going to have 2 autos or autograph relics. Essentially, for the most part, Delight, you're going to see a whole lot of low numbered parallels because they do the geometric exclusives. They don't put the geometrics numbered as high as regular parallels like you will see in Hobby and Jumbo. So if you're looking for the true colors, you go for Hobby and Jumbo. And if you're looking just for lower numbered hits, you mostly go for Delight. At least that's what I've seen over the past couple of releases of other sports.
Yeah, it seems like jumbos have always been kind of the go-to for volume, mainly. Just with the other sports, we saw this in soccer. Soccer was pretty cool, but they had the laser autos and things like that. And but jumbo's usually volume. Hobby's always sneaky. That a lot of big short prints, a lot of big case hits usually pop out hobby. The light is definitely going to be a little bit on the higher end scale for our customers, for anybody that's buying into the breaks. I will like to point out one thing, and this is something that they mentioned at the industry conference. The hangers, the blasters, the megas. I love that they have these different SKUs because it does give entry points for all different types of collectors. So it's not just the people that are going into their hobby shop, buying a hobby box or buying a jumbo box or someone going on to Fanatics Live, buying into a break, things like that. You have those retail products that you're going to be able to find at any store, Walmart, Target, whatever. You're going to be able to even find some megas at your hobby shop, and it gives all collectors an entry point. And we've seen crazy stuff come out of those products also. So very, very cool.
Yeah, so let me note on a few things here that I just read. So I'm going to get to the hangers in a second because I read something interesting. So let me start with hobby and jumbo, though. So hobby and jumbo. In hobby, it says you're going to get 1 autograph or autograph relic. And in jumbo, it says you're going to get 2 autograph or autograph relics. In delight, there is no mention of autograph relics right here. It just says 2 autographs. So there is a chance, don't hold me to this, there's a chance that Delight does not have the patch autos. We'll see as we go through. That could have just been a mistyping. And then also coming down to these hangers down here that you were talking about. So this is really interesting. I don't remember them ever really putting these odds per se on these sell sheets for these retail items, but it says here in the hanger box, each case contains 1 base or rookie lightboard logo variation, 2 autographs, and 1 relic. So in a case of hangers, you're going to see 2 autos and a relic. Value boxes, each case, you're going to have 1 case hit insert card in every 2 cases, 2 autographs and 2 relics. And then the megas, it looks again like 2 autographs and 2 relics per case. So quite interesting. It just looks like there's more parallels to find in the megas. It essentially goes from value or from hanger to value. There's more parallels. And then from value to mega, there's even more parallels. Right. But the guarantee of 2 autos in each of those cases is actually quite exciting, I think, for those that want to jump in those breaks or just try to rip it for fun.
Yeah, the hangers, the black. We know people that are retail kings out there. So shout out to Breaking the Law. I'm sure, he would, be more than happy to rip some hangers, rip some blasties. It is nice to see those odds out there. Typically you don't see that. So definitely more value in there. This is going to be a product that's going to be printed to the moon. We all know that. So having the 6 different SKUs makes sense. You just can't sleep on any of this stuff. I just went to a Suns game the other night and ripped a $90 Chrome Blaster and pulled a $400 Con rookie. So you just never know with this stuff. And we've seen superfractors and things like that come out of retail products and retail SKUs. So it's not just the breakers getting the juicy products. It's all pretty random at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is very random. It's funny. I got to rip some of the Topps Chrome Deadpool yesterday, and in my research, I was looking up like the difference between blasters and hobby, and all I kept reading was everybody ripping blasters was finding Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman autos out of these blasters, which those are big autos to be coming out of the blasters. So
that's the way it works. The Marvel Chrome Studio, the flagship product of that whole stuff. That's where all the Deadpool and Wolverine autos seem to come out.
Crazy. Which is a great thing. I think it's exciting for the hobby that a lot of people have complained that they're getting priced out of the hobby, the Jumbo Delight, and so they want cheaper SKUs, and these cheaper SKUs are still providing good hits, which is awesome.
I agree.
So, all right. So now what we're going to do, guys, we are going to get into the whole entire checklist team by team. Okay. Now, if you're just looking for a specific team, you can go to the description of this video. And we should have every single team timestamped. So you can go to your favorite teams, or if you want to hear the different reasons why you should be buying different teams and breaks, you can watch the whole entire video. But before we do that, I just want to mention, you guys have to make sure, I'll also make sure that this is linked in the description of this video. You have to make sure that you are on Fanatics Live. So click the link to Fanatics Live. If you're not already, get on there and jump in and find your teams in our breaks on Fanatics Lives under the Vita Breaks username. Very easy to see. I'll probably have my editor swipe something across the screen here so you guys can know exactly what you're looking for when you're on the app, because we will have some of the most fun and exciting breaks. And again, we are educating you guys to try to make sure that you're making the best decisions for jumping in your breaks. So any sort of support would be greatly appreciated. But let's get into this thing. So hopefully you guys can see this here. Okay, perfect. So you guys can see this. So looking at this, it's funny because last year, Panini went ahead and they signed exclusive deals with Shador, Travis Hunter, and Patrick Mahomes, probably about a year ago to the date. And those deals were exactly for a year because the Panini license was getting lost. So everyone was worried that, oh, we weren't going to have, licensed Shador stuff, licensed Travis Hunter stuff. And here we are, the first mock-up, Shador Sanders Superfractor rookie. Solid one to see here. We'll just quickly go through some of these pictures. That looks like a Tom Brady, maybe an image variation, I would assume. These white parallel autos look awesome. These, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that stuff's crazy.
These are incredible. Oh, man. The Techno Bowl autos are going to be an incredible set for some people to finish. It's going to be an awesome one.
Right.
Obviously, Josh Allen signing is huge. I don't think he's signed much ever since his rookie year. Here's an image of some of the patch autos. So, like this stuff, guys, look at this. Oh, this patch, the Buccaneers patches, man, they get me fired up. And of course, the big thing, the rookie premier patches. These are our debut patches for NFL. And I think they did a live signing of one at the conference, right?
Yeah, T-Mac came out there and signed his. So if you pull that, it's going to be a redemption. So
yeah, I imagine most of them are, and I don't mind them being redemptions because if they do it like they've been doing it in MLB. So in MLB, if you're not familiar, most of the time they do the debuts, especially the big ones, as redemptions, but it's not a normal redemption. They still actually put a picture of the card on the redemption. So it's a little bit more exciting because you still get to see the card. You may not get to feel it, but I think it's better that way for protection purposes of the card. Now, what I think will be interesting, and again, we'll find this out a month or two after release, is how many of these debut patches show up in those retail SKUs, those megas, those hangers, those blasters. Be very interesting to see if any pop out of those.
Yeah, and I will say this too: just having these rookie premieres from the NFL. I mean, that's just crazy to think about because you do. I mean, obviously baseball's baseball, but baseball's a little bit different because the guy just shows up for one day, he gets an MLB patch. And then he's gone. He shows up, he sits on the bench, and then he sits back down because somebody's hurt. The NFL is a completely different story with this stuff, man. And to think about maybe, a year from now, 2 years from now, these rookies that are, performing at a Pro Bowl level, playoff level, things like that, and their premier patches are still live in this product, it's just wild to think about. It's going to be it's just nuts. And to see that they're doing this with basketball, side note, Chrome Update basketball is coming with NBA debut patches. So that's going to be nuts also. But just football, obviously, chasing your favorite team, chasing your favorite player, it's going to be really cool.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And to go on top of that, they also added the gold shields, which are super cool. They gave these to the award winners. They got to wear gold shields during a handful of games. They put them into 101s, just like we see in baseball.
Right.
We've seen lots of similar, again, like the Fanatical, different case hits that are coming back. These Fortune 15s are super sweet. This is a very interesting insert here. They don't have it pictured.
Genie in a bottle?
Yeah, essentially. There is this insert. I'm highlighting it here, the Kaiju. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, we saw it.
It is sick. It is so sick. They don't have a mock-up of it here. You got to go to the top socials to see it, but oh my gosh. It is an incredible, incredible card, incredible case hit that people are going to be very excited about. All right. First team first, the Arizona Cardinals.
Let's go to the next.
Exactly. I mean, here's the thing, Cardinals, right? Like, first thing that I always try to look at with a team's checklist is the rookies, and boy, are they underwhelming here with the Cardinals. Right. It's Will Johnson, Walter Nolan, and Denzel Burke. I watch a lot of football for personal and financial reasons because, we love to gamble here in Florida. Right. And I'll tell you now, the only one I've ever heard of is Will Johnson, and it's a defensive back, and he's not going to carry the most value. What I will say is looking through this, I mean, Trey McBride being on this is very exciting. Marvin Harrison is great, and they both have autos. So I think it's sneakily a spot that you can actually find value off of. If you buy it at the right price, don't buy Cardinals for 150, $200 in a case break of hobby. It's not going to work out well just because if you look at even just their base checklist, they have 10. And you'll see as we go through here, there are teams that have way more in the base checklist. But they do have good auto names to chase. One thing we don't get in this, which is tough, is that we don't get like odds for what each player has numbers auto wise, if that made sense. But I mean, looking at this, like future stars autographs for Marvin Harrison is great. Regular chrome autographs for Marvin Harrison, great. And then the rookie autos. So this is interesting too. So Will Johnson has a rookie auto, but he doesn't have a debut patch. Again, it could just be a timing thing.
Right.
I don't know what happened, but he, for whatever reason, is not in the checklist there.
So, really with the Cardinals, and, God bless them, I just left their stadium. That's where our industry conference was. And, they have artificial birds chirping in there, so which is a little distracting. Wow. Cardinals, I see this as a team that here's what's cool about football, man. You got your diehard fans out there. So I really see this as a team that your fans are the Cardinal fans are going to be interested in just to have their cards. One noticeable omission I see is there's no Kurt Warner stuff, which is typically what drives a lot of the Cardinal spots that we've seen in Panini products or even in the unlicensed stuff in the past. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is a legit player. Trey McBride is good. Kyler Murray is shit. Budda Baker is a legit player. But really what's going to drive this are going to be your Marvin Harrison fans and your diehard Arizona Cardinal fans. And that's fine. I talk a lot of shit about football. I've watched football since the 80s as a child. I have very little room to talk with my favorite team, but yeah, I feel like, and like you said earlier, rookies, what really drives the spots with the quarterback, your field general also drives it, and having a solid number one, a solid QB1 out there on your team, a lot of people are going to chase him, and that's missing from the Cardinals now.
Yeah, it's a shame for this spot that their quarterback is Kyler just because, he's not there anymore. An interesting note, like a few different things that we should know about Fanatics Authentics redemption cards. There is a Kyler Murray, which is fine. You'll see this throughout the set. These are like autographed memorabilia redemptions, essentially, that people can hit. So those are very cool. And then
under wraps. Yep.
Yes, exactly. And just looking at this, it looks like the only case hit they really have is the Trey McBride Shadow Etch.
Right.
Outside of that, I believe Power Players is just a normal insert. Future Stars a normal insert. And the 1975 is a normal insert. So, yeah, not a whole lot of case hits. I guess you could say the Trey McBride image variation would technically count. But yeah, that's pretty much your Cardinals wrap up.
This is going to be one of the lower tiered spots.
Absolutely. Let's move on here to another trash team. I was about to say one of the rivals of both of our favorite teams, the Atlanta Falcons here. Again, looking at the rookies, it is 100% defensive rookie checklist. Nothing crazy there. James Pierce is a fine player. But names on this that intrigue me are definitely Bijan Robinson and Drake London. I mean, those are two superstar playmakers type of players, in that if they can get some incredible quarterback play, they could be some big name players moving forward.
You have a lot of fan favorites there too. I've been to Falcon games before. Tyler Algier is a huge fan favorite for them. They love him there. Penix is on the fence. They love Bijan. Scroll back up and let me see the base checklist. Obviously, Drake London. Kirk Cousins is gone now. Pitts, it just depends on the week if they love him or not. So, you're going to have a lot of Falcon fans that are going to want to chase their players, their first license cards for Drake London and Topps, Bijan, Algier, things like that. So I would say, a little bit better checklist than the Cardinals. Obviously, you do have a starting quarterback albeit he may be, in the blue tent most weeks, but
Him and Tua are going to alternate.
Yeah, and the Falcons, I'll tell you one thing, the Falcons, you got the color match stuff on these things, man. Oh my God, the NFL, the red and the black parallels for Falcon cards are just going to look sick no matter how much I hate them.
I'm excited to see these team camo variations. Yeah, I'm interested to see how good those are going to look. Looking at the autos on this checklist. So for regular chrome autos of the vets, you got Drake London and Michael Penix. I believe as we go through here, we will have confirmation. There are no Bijan autos, which stinks.
Bijan Helix.
There is, yeah. So I was going to get to that. So the Bijan has essentially almost all the case hits. He's got the Fanatical, which is a case hit. Right. I believe Fortune 15 is a case hit. I will double check that. The Game Genies. That's what that card was that we saw of Josh Allen. He's got one of those. He's got the Helix, which is amazing. This is a super cool one. Legends of the Gridiron. They do have a Mike Vick card for the throwback. The old school old heads. You'll see a lot of legend type of players in this set. And then to wrap up the case hits for Bijan, there's Shadow Etch and Ultraviolet and Urban Legends. So there's a lot to chase with Bijan.
Yeah, nice. I mean, good checklist for the fans for sure for the Falcons. Lacking on rookies again, but Falcons are a solid checklist regardless.
They do have 4 rookie premier patches, which is a solid amount. Not terrible.
Well, I mean, your top tier rookies. Kobe Bryant.
Sure.
I don't even know if he started last year or not. Where was he from? Kansas?
Yeah, he played at Kansas.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, that was enough Falcons talk. That's enough that my Bucks brain can handle.
Right,
Baltimore Ravens. I actually quite liked this spot as I was looking through it. Do you have any first thoughts on this looking at the base checklist here?
Baltimore fans are some of the best in the league. Obviously, Derrick Henry, you've got Alabama guy there, Lamar Jackson, Kyle Hamilton, Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins is a cool include, Zay Flowers. It's a solid Baltimore starter checklist. Malachi Starks is a good rookie to have. Edge variations on Lamar and Henry are awesome. Those two players are going to always carry the spots. You'll have fans, chase certain players in this spot, even if they're not Baltimore fans. So Baltimore's never been really a hard spot in any breaks that we've ever done to sell. Very, very loyal. The guys, I mean, these are solid all-pro players here, especially in Henry and Lamar. So what about the autos? Scroll down. Let's look at the autos.
So auto-wise, it's there is no Lamar autos, sadly, but there is Derrick Henry. And I was just reading the legends here. There's Ed Reed and Jamal Lewis. Malachi Starks on a rookie auto, which is great. Yeah, I like this checklist a lot for them. I think they are, and Kyle Hamilton, future stars autos. He's a hell of a player.
And some of the best looking uniforms in the league.
Oh, yeah. Undoubtedly. Yeah, their cards are going to look really sweet. Another Fanatics Authentics Redemption with Zay Flowers. Curious what that will be. It could be a number of things. They could be cleats. They could be balls. They could be literally a number of things. Oh, and look at this. I forgot about this one.
There's
Hall of Fame Chrome Auto of Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis is a big one.
The Baltimore fans are going to be chasing that super like crazy. Because they love Ray. And because he doesn't sign, it's kind of like the same thing we just talked about Bijan. They quite literally, again, put Lamar in every single case hit. The Urban Legends, the Violets, the Helix, and then they kind of did half of them with Derrick Henry. Lamar gets a Let's Go. Those are going to be quite hard to hit. Those are really cool, though. So very exciting checklist with these guys. Again, I think from what we've seen, Arizona bottom, Atlanta a little bit better, Baltimore a little bit better.
We're progressively going up.
We're getting there. Now this is where it starts to get crazy. The Buffalo Bills. All right, so listen, this is 100% a QB driven spot right here. This is Josh Allen and his buddies. His buddies that don't really help him out in the game. Look at this. This checklist is so funny to me. Like almost all of these guys are receivers, tight ends, running backs, except for Bosa, and like none of them are like great players, and yet Josh Allen is this
No,
MVP caliber person. It's unreal what he
this is a
does.
yeah, this is a spot that if you did a PYP on it, you would sell Allen and the rest would sit there.
Yeah.
But I mean, Allen drives 99% of this spot. But I mean, it's Josh Allen, and I'm sure when you scroll down, you're going to see him on every single line. We've already seen duels with Jim Kelly. I'm looking at etch variations, image variations. I'm sure he's got a camo when you scroll down. Probably all the K-Fit stuff.
Yes.
Let's see here. 75 tops. Those look great. Then some of my favorite cards I've seen so far are the 90s tops, because I remember opening those packs, man, and those are a great design. You do have I don't know if you can call Peerless Price a legend, maybe in Tennessee, but he does have a Chrome Auto legend. Jim Kelly is there. Allen and James Cook, that duel of Allen and Kelly. I see the Kincaid's got Authentic Redemption. The 14, 15. This is going to be all Josh Allen driven with this. Now, not to take away from the fans, the true fans of Buffalo, that won't care who it is, basically. But you will have a lot of collectors that are outside of the Buffalo fandom that will be chasing this spot strictly because of Josh Allen.
Oh yeah, this is a degenerate spot for sure, and I'm 99.9% sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty confident this is the first time he's signed since his rookie year. I don't remember many sets in Panini where he did sign, if any at all.
Yeah,
so this is a huge deal. And then also James Cook auto. Like James Cook is not a bad running back at all. He was a top 3 running back in the league last year. So he's actually gonna carry a little bit of value, but Josh Allen being all over this with autos and case hits is a massive deal.
Yeah, you're talking a top 5 player in the entire league. You're talking about probably a Hall of Famer. Potentially they get deep into the playoffs one day. I keep thinking about, people keep trying to compare him to Jim Kelly, who actually made it to 4 Super Bowls, or Dan Marino, or things like that. You got to think how many years of struggle a player like John Elway had in Denver before he finally got over that hump, and they beat the Falcons. They beat the Packers in 2 straight Super Bowls. That is absolutely something that we could see, in the next few years of Buffalo really getting over the hump and going back to back.
1,000%. I do want to note this too before we move on from the Bills here. Yes, it's all Josh Allen, Tecmo Auto, all of that stuff. And Tecmo and I didn't realize there was non-auto versions of those Tecmos. That's exciting. Oh, yeah. But this is our first NFL Honors Gold Shield that we get to see. So good to note, there is an auto version and a non-auto version. So again, we kind of see this. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. That's something that we need to pay attention to, because I do know in the basketball SKUs that one, I can't remember which one, but one, like the non-autos were only in the jumbos, or the autos were only in the hobby, things like that. I don't know if it's the same here. That is definitely something to research before you make those decisions. But it doesn't matter with this. It's Josh Allen. So
yeah, it's going to be one of those things that do your research, watch your breaks, right? Like if you're not going to jump in on release day, watch and see what you can see get pulled. Those are most likely 101s. So if those ones do get pulled and you were searching for them, sorry. That's why it's important to get in on release day, though, because I mean, you never know when things are going to pop out. All right, one more team for us, the Carolina Panthers here.
The NFC champion Carolina Panthers.
Don't remind me.
No, by default, because the Bucks shit the bed. So, but this is still going to be a top tier spot because you have the Rookie of the Year. You do have T-Mac on here, which we saw in Phoenix signing his rookie premier patch. Solid players, though. I mean, you're going to have, I would say, with this spot, knowing the Panthers fan base, most of the people that buy into the Panthers spot are chasing T-Mac rookies. And and they get the benefit of maybe a nice Bryce Young or something like that. There's I see Leggett, I see Hubbard. I don't see Jonathan Brooks on here, which is interesting. But no, this is your on a different tier level as far as price is concerned. But this spot, like the Bills being driven by Allen, this spot is going to be primarily driven by T-Mac.
Yeah, I would agree. This is definitely T-Mac, and Bryce Young is like your just in case little bit extra juice thrown in there, because there is still a chance that he's a semi decent player. Yeah, well, you're an Alabama guy. He does have autos though. Bryce Young has autos. Chuba Hubbard, not bad either. Chuba Hubbard. So, and Julius then legends wise, Julius Pepper, love that. Love that for him. Ted McMillan, Chrome Autos. Scorton's not a bad player. Again, just a defensive player. I'll keep mentioning defensive players. Like, they don't necessarily hold the most value, but there are fan bases who do definitely collect their defensive stars.
Yes.
Again, Bryce Young autos, and then a few Ted McMillan case hits sort of thing. There are Trevor Etienne rookie autos if you're a believer in him. An interesting that he's the only one that has an RPA, rookie patch auto, in here, besides the premier ones.
Right.
That is the first one we've seen. I don't remember any in the other ones.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't think there were. And then we do see our first rookie relic here again, Trevor Etienne. Interesting to see. I don't know what they are going to be, but we will find out in a week with all these like relics, patch autos, if they're going to be player worn, game used, or non-associated. I would imagine for the most part, they're either player worn or game used. That's typically what we've been seeing from Topps in the last couple of releases of all sports. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed.
Most of the top stuff is going to say game used on it, player worn, not specific game, things like that. So, you're not going to get the Panini treatment here.
Yeah. There'll be napkins, but they won't be non-associated napkins.
Correct.
All right. Again, enough Panthers talk. The Chicago Bears. I am very, very high on this spot. You can go first. Yeah.
Luther Burden. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you go first.
Okay. I didn't hear you. So you put the Bears on me. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm as high on it as you are. Colston Loveland, Luther Burden III are legit players. We saw the Bears do some pretty insane stuff last year during the regular season with all their comeback fourth quarter wins, things like that. Not sustainable long term. You better end up figuring out how to win a game in the first and second quarter and not wait till the last 2 minutes. But it doesn't matter. The Bears, one of the best fan bases in the entire league.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb Williams is a legit quarterback. You have two legit rookies to chase here with Burden and Loveland. Bears are not going to be a bad team to chase by any means, especially Bear fans or if you're chasing high potential rookies with Burden and Loveland, then this is a great spot also.
Okay, so here's why I'm high on this spot, and I'm going to go on a quick little tangent.
Walter Payton image variation.
Oh, Walter Payton image variation, a huge deal. That's nice.
Yeah.
But
all right, let's see.
There's a fifth rookie that you're missing, and it's not on the list as a rookie, and it's the biggest player on this team, and it's Caleb Williams. Okay, now I know he's not technically a rookie, but we have to look at what has just happened with basketball and put it into perspective of what could happen here with football. We, over the last couple of years, got Topps football and NBA products that were unlicensed, including Victor Wembanyama rookie year stuff. If you look at Victor Wembanyama Topps Chrome rookie autos that are unlicensed and compare them to first-year licensed Victor Wembanyama autos, those licensed ones that don't have the rookie stamp are outselling the non-licensed rookie stamp stuff. This is really Caleb's first licensed auto. So technically a rookie auto, and I think they're going to hold incredible value, and I'm going to stand by that for all the rookie QBs that we're going to see throughout here that were rookies last year.
So I think this is second-year players you're looking at here. First license, so you could go back to Bryce Young would be one of those examples too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think the closer, the more relevant. So I do think like Caleb,
Yeah,
Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, those type of guys are going to really, their stuff is going to sell very well in the secondary market. And I wouldn't be surprised if it outsells their Topps Chrome stuff from last year, their Topps Resurgence stuff from last year, where it was all
right.
rookie but unlicensed. So for
So
me,
basically, your 2024 and 25 draft in one set.
correct. That's the way I'm viewing it. I know it doesn't have the stamp, but I
No,
can't
I don't
treat it
hate
any
that.
differently because that's just the way the market has responded to other sports similar, with players with similar hype. Like I know Wimby is very hyped and he's an alien.
Right.
Like we get that type of thing, but like, these football guys are just as big of, if not bigger superstars than those NBA guys.
Right.
So I don't see a world where it's much different. And some
I
people
don't.
are going to not like that, but I
I
think that's
don't
the way it
dispute
is.
it. I like the perspective.
Yeah. So looking at their auto checklist, again, a very solid auto checklist. And another guy that could be, again, a second-year rookie, Roma Dunze, another great player. Like, they've got weapons and names. That's why, like, Caleb, DeAndre Swift, Roma Dunze, Colson Loveland, Luther Burden, Kyle Monungai even, all having autos in this. I think this is a massive spot.
Okay.
And I think it's going to go. I think people are going to underprice it because it doesn't have the Caleb rookie stamp. And I think not only can the Bears collectors get it for a fairly good price, but I think there's going to be some degenerates that are going to go out. Yeah, there's high ROI in this spot, I believe, because I think it's going to go undervalued. And Urlacher as a legend auto is a nice a secondary hit as well. Looking at all the rest of this here, you got
future stars, Caleb Williams. I mean, future stars are usually that insert is usually reserved for the second year player, kind of like the the Topps Chrome what is it? The all rookie second year trophy that they put on the baseball. I can't remember what it's called now, but
yeah, like the Topps all team or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I know exactly what you're talking about. And then here's the first kaiju that I was talking about. Caleb Williams with one of those, and a Helix as well. Legends of the Gridiron. This is super cool to have a Devin Hester in there. I love Devin Hester, all-time player. McMahon is great too. Radiating rookies. You're going to see these with some of the bigger name players. Rookie patch autos of Loveland and Burden, amazing. All three of their big guys, and Shamar Turner as well, with the premier patches and rookie relics of Loveland and Burden. And oh baby,
look at Walter Payton Tecmo.
Whoo, that's gonna be a crazy. Wait till that 101 pops up. Whoo, crazy one. Any other thoughts on Bears?
No, I mean, that was a perspective that I didn't really think about with the second year of the 2024 class, because they all did sign, like Nix and Williams and all them did sign in those products last year. And to have their first licensed Chrome autos, one in their second year, that's a pretty big deal.
I think it's a big deal too.
Yeah, I like it.
Cincinnati Bengals.
All right.
Here we go.
So your Bengals are going to be, pretty much dependent on Chase and Burrow. That's really all that you're going to see here. Without looking at this checklist right now, or the autos on it, if they sign, great. You've only got one base rookie there. I don't know what type of market T. Higgins or Chase Brown have, but I know that I did sell a Chase Brown helmet on eBay for somebody. I think it went for like $3 or $4. So really, Burrow and Chase are your guys always.
Yeah, I agree. I have some personal things that I love in this. So first thing that I saw on this, I knew Burrow and Chase were going to be on here. Jake Browning on there. There's a few backup quarterbacks that are on these checklists, and I think it's funny. Yeah. I think it's actually interesting. It's been a play that I know that a lot of people make, especially over the past couple of years, like leading up to the National. People will go and buy up cards of backup quarterbacks all the time, in hopes of starters getting injured. Correct.
Like,
and like
Nick did, yeah.
And like a freak thing happening and there being a market for them. So I think it's interesting that they have included them. And then for myself, I do personally collect kickers because I kicked in high school. Like I think kickers are hilarious. So Evan McPherson in here, one of the better kickers in the league. I think it's quite fun.
I think he went to Auburn, did he not?
He did. He
Yeah.
did.
No, I mean, that's cool. One thing to note on this checklist, we saw a lot of fillers last year in the checklist, like, obscure legends or, retired players, things like that. Now that they're fully licensed, you don't really see that. You're looking at active players here.
Yep. 1,000%. 1,000%. Looking, just trying to find some autos here. So obviously Burrow does sign, which is a massive deal. He's signed in Panini stuff before, but having him sign is great. AJ Green, Chrome Legend auto, I think is awesome. He was an all-timer. I don't believe Jamar signs. But there is a dual.
Yep.
There is that Burrow and Jamar dual Fanatics redemption. Those will be
we
autoed.
Pulled both of those in breaks. We pulled the Imminent dual to 10, I think, and then we pulled a full side authentic helmet too, dual of both of them.
Nice.
So it could be either one of those, and those helmets are great.
Yeah, they are. The underwrap stuff is goated. Yeah. It's so good. Again, they don't have any. Yeah, shameless plug for sure. They don't really have any superstar rookies yet. Shamar Stewart's fine. He's an off-field problem. And Taj Brooks was a good college player. Just I don't think he really got an opportunity yet in Cincy because Chase Brown had a pretty decent season. So it is Burrow and Jamar heavy. I don't think it'll be a too crazy expensive spot. Even though there are Burrow autos, it looks like he's just in the base auto checklist. So it's not like there's a whole bunch of variations. So I think that's a good thing for Bengals fans. It should keep the price point on breaks a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, I'll keep it lower. The base autos always are going to be more sought after than the insert autos. So
correct.
But yeah, if he had more, then the spot would drive a higher premium.
Yeah, I agree. Also, Legends of the Gridiron, Boomer Esiason, Chad Johnson. Those are just fun inserts.
Yeah, nobody cares about that. I mean, they're legends, but it's a sticking point for me out there. When I'm doing football breaks and I get excited about Ocho Cinco, but nobody else gives a shit. It shows my age, but yeah, Ocho Cinco was one of the best.
One of the best. The three-legged monster.
All right, here we go.
This is where it gets rookie crazy. Yeah. The Cleveland Browns. The floor is yours.
Well, you've got two quarterbacks. You got Gabriel and Sanders. Judkins is a legit running back. Isaiah Bond from Texas. Mason Graham, I think was it Dylan Sampson? One of them was their first round pick.
Mason
Graham. So, yeah, this is a rookie-heavy checklist. What's good about the Browns, and we saw this in the Panini stuff and even some of the other under wraps things like that. Shador is going to drive the cost up as he should because his resale is so high. Dylan Gabriel is probably the better of the two quarterbacks, but in my opinion, but he's not going to sell the jerseys in Cleveland, but he is a legit quarterback. Judkins is a really good running back for them. This is almost a spot where you probably will see some breakers start looking at a PYP format. So, we come from a soccer world initially, and soccer's always some type of hybrid. Very rarely do we do any soccer breaks where it's just straight full teams or full clubs, full countries. We have to break it out because of the cost and things like that. I am pretty sure you're going to see some shops out there that are going to carve out Sanders, maybe even carve out Judkins and use the other spot, use like Gabriel, Sampson, Graham, and Bond to kind of handle down the others, the Cleveland Brown others. Because it should be an expensive spot because Sanders is going to drive a premium. Any base autos of his, any color of his rookies, anything like that, whether you're a quick flipper or if you're going to see how he does throughout the season. And the thing with him is here's what's crazy with football. He's so young and the Browns are so bad that it's almost a Jaden Daniels situation where, like, even if he struggles or if he got hurt in his second year, there's going to be a market correction on his stuff, but it's not going to be drastic where you're going to find him in the dollar bins because he's so young. He's got so much potential that you could see that translate into a year 3. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be like your tier S spot here. Cleveland, the Giants, those are going to be your 2 biggest spots for your rookies. Unfortunately, the true Cleveland Brown fans, they're going to feel like they're priced out of it because of Sanders, which is why a lot of breakers will probably carve him out. But the checklist is so deep too. And, I'm just looking at it now. There's Myles Garrett, which is one of my favorite players in the league. Jerry Jeudy from Alabama. Josh Cribbs was a legend. This is going to be should be one of your higher price spots, whether you're chasing hobby, delight, whatever it is, just because of Sanders. And then you get the backup too. So, if you go full team on Cleveland, you may swing and miss on Sanders, but you've got a hell of a lot of other options to kind of help crawl your way back, as we like to say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think this spot is I think should be one of the top 5 to 3 most expensive spots in breaks for depth and name wise. I think you're right. I think so. I think personally that the Giants and the Browns had actually 2 of the best drafts that anybody has had in the past couple of years in the last year. Like, looking at this rookie checklist for the Browns, Gabriel is a fine player. They picked 2 great running backs. Sampson and Judkins are both legit running backs. Mason Graham is a superstar defender. Isaiah Bond had moments, and Harold Fannin is a superstar tight end. Like, this is a great rookie lineup, and for all of them to be signing is awesome. And now we finally have autos of Myles Garrett to go after as well. Josh Cribbs, this is a top spot for me. I don't see it any other way.
And you don't be surprised if you see Gabriel or Bond in 2 years on a different team. It's starting for them and doing well, and then you've got their rookie sitting here. So no, I'm all in on the Browns spot. I think it's really, really good.
I agree. There was something else I was going to mention about this.
What are the rookie autographs? Raheem Rocket Sanders. Who is that?
I'm not positive. Carson Schweisinger is a name I've heard before. I don't know if these are like just short printed versions of rookie autos or what. That's interesting. That's something I did not see.
Oh, you got to do your research.
I do got to do my research. Now, these rookie premieres, so this is funny. Schweisinger has a rookie premiere, but he doesn't even have a base rookie. That's funny. There's more rookie premiere patches than there are base rookies for the Browns.
And you saw that in baseball too. A lot of baseball people would chase the teams that had the longer list of the MLB patches.
Yeah. So this is what I was going to say about the Browns. This just reminded me. So I believe they will and should be a more expensive spot. But with that being said, I think there is a safety with the Browns because their checklist is so deep. They will hit something in most breaks, right? It's not 100% guaranteed every single time. And we know that for any team ever. But like, your odds increase when the checklist is this big drastically.
I agree.
So I think it's one of the safer spots, even though it's going to be more expensive and there's great ROI to be had. So
yeah, I mean, we saw that with the Panini stuff that we were breaking early on. We saw RT buy a lot of Brown spots, and he did really well with those spots. It's always cool to sort the breaks afterwards, and you see what has the biggest stacks. All of that Panini stuff, it was always the Browns were like one of the top 2 as far as just quantity of hits.
Yep, 1,000%.
And at the end of the day, that's what you need to crawl your way back outside of a monster.
Yep. Heck, this would be a great spot if you're like a fan of a smaller team, like a Cardinals, like a Falcons. You could almost see this as like the insurance spot, right? You want to make sure you get something, you grab the Browns, and then you grab your other team for fun.
That's right.
You know what I mean? All right, the Cowgirls. Yee-hee! Here we go. All right. Can I start with this one?
Yeah. By all means, have at them.
Listen, this spot, it'll be decently expensive. It won't be as crazy expensive as the Browns. It does have the best player in the league, Brandon Aubrey.
Another kicker. Yep.
Honestly, okay. Tell me this. In a world, let's say every team lost all players and the whole league got to do a redraft, right? How soon does Brandon Aubrey get picked? Is he not a first round pick?
At this point, probably so. I mean, he's looking like one of the best kickers in the history of the game.
Yeah, and like he probably scores more points than most players do all season long.
Well, you have to take that with a grain of salt because, usually if your kicker is the highest scorer on your football team, then, you're just kicking your way to a loss.
That's fair.
But yeah, Aubrey's fine. There's no question. I'm not a Cowboys fan. But they are one of the biggest fan bases of any sport. They're basically, if they could win football games and make the playoffs, they're the Yankees of the NFL. As far as fans, bandwagon or not, but just looking at the base checklist, it's really underwhelming to me. You can kind of see you got CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Pickens, Trayvon Diggs. All I see here is a lot of players that may or may not even be on the Cowboys in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So just depending on how that franchise goes. Nothing really outstanding on the base rookie. That's typically what happens when you kind of muddle through 8-8, 9-7, things like that. Or what is it? 9-8 now. There's 17 games. Yep. Your Cowboy, here's the good news. Cowboy fans, you're going to be able to get your spot at a decent price for Topps Chrome because there's not a whole lot driving the price up for other collectors outside of your fans. They're really going to make it attractive for anybody.
Yeah. I think there are a few Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb truthers still out there. Like I believe that there's people that believe that they can get back to that form they were, 3-4 years ago.
After all this,
yeah,
I see the best card right now in the entire Dallas Cowboy checklist, and that is CLA-TR, the Tony Romo on-card legend auto. That is your chase. If I had my say in it, I would sell the Tony Romo spot separate for $20 and the rest of it for free. But Romo for sure is the coolest spot. Jason Witten was a badass tight end, but
he was.
Tight ends don't sell unless you marry superstar singers. So
that's fair.
Tony Romo is a cool spot for sure.
For sure. I don't disagree with that at all. Again, for those truthers out there, there are different Dak autos. So he has the 1990 auto. He's got a base auto as well as CD, George Pickens, and Javonte. There's a dual auto, CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, which is pretty cool. Yeah. There are also Hall of Fame autos.
DeMarcus Ware, Aikman, Pearson. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty I think the Aikman one is pretty massive.
Yeah, go back up. Go back up. Keep going. What did I see just there?
You might have saw there was the Dak chromographs too. That's another auto variation. Essentially, Dak has like here's 3 or 4.
This is kind of cool. This shows my age also, but one of the coolest looking rookie cards in 1990 was Emmitt Smith. So getting that Dallas 1990s throwback card with a Dak Prescott auto, I think that's going to be a really solid card for really Cowboy fans to have, because I love that design, and that is Emmitt Smith's rookie year.
Yeah, so I agree.
That's pretty neat.
That is really, really cool. Let's see. Anything else of notice here? One rookie patch auto, Jaden Blue.
Yeah.
Tecmo of Randy White and Randy White auto. So they don't even have any debut patches. That's interesting to note. Dallas does not have any debut patches. So keep that in mind. Not that they had any superstar rookies to go after anyways. Denver Broncos. What do we have here?
Well, first thing I see is like with the Bengals, you've got a backup quarterback that actually played in the playoffs, Jarrett Stidham.
Steady.
Yep. So there you go there. This is going to be a heavy, another type of Josh Allen team, but on a smaller level because of Bo Nix. He's going to really drive the entire spot. Patrick Surtain is a badass. But definitely Bo Nix. RJ Harvey, decent, good rookie. Pat Bryant, Jade Barron, I don't know much about him, but the price of admission on this, if you want to take the Caleb Williams approach with it, that's really where it's going to fall. It's going to fall on Bo Nix.
Yep, it is definitely going to fall on Bo Nix. Again, that second year, first licensed cards of him. He is going to have autographs. He is a Topps exclusive. I think Barron is a fine rookie. RJ Harvey, I think, has superstar potential as a running back.
Right.
J.K. Dobbins is a fun auto. Cortland Sutton's a great player. TD Legend auto is awesome. This is going to be our second, I believe our second. Where is it? Yep. Our second NFL honors spot with Pat Surtain. I mean, he's a badass player. He really is. He's very good.
So you do have the gold shield to chase in that spot too. So it will have a little bit higher premium because of Nix, because of, I see Elway there, but also until those Surtains are unveiled, then, people will be buying that spot looking for that golden ticket.
Yes, there is also a Peyton Manning Fortune 15 insert. That's a fun one. But the Elway, the Knicks, essentially the QBs in this spot, and TD and Surtain. That's kind of what's really driving this spot for sure. Bo Nix looks like he's going to have most of, if not all of the case hits. This is interesting too. Okay, so Tony Dorsett Tecmo on top of John Elway Tecmo as well. So actually quite deep on the legends here.
I don't even remember Tony Dorsett with the Broncos. That's
no?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm younger than you, and I know that one.
Maybe they weren't relevant anymore.
That's right. Any other thoughts? Are we good on the Broncos?
Good on the Broncos.
Cool deal. I love this spot too. Detroit Lions.
This is going to be fun. Lion fans are great. I'm just looking at the checklist. St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs, Goff, Montgomery, who's gone now, I believe. Hutchinson. These are all legit fan favorites. Goff is amazing. Again, another spot that's going to be probably driven more by the fans, but unlike a spot like Arizona that's driven only by the fans, you're going to have there's a lot more Detroit fans out there. I see Jamison Williams up there, Alabama legend. So Barry Sanders for sure. I see I think he does sign
image variation. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll get down to the autos here in a second. Isaac Tesla is not a terrible rookie either. He's a fine player. He definitely has potential. So I'm excited to see what he can do. What's most exciting to me, I love their auto checklist. It is juicy. Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jared Goff, all with base chrome autos.
Cool.
It's crazy cool. So I don't think we're going to see necessarily the same effect as I think we'll see with Caleb and Bo with Goff. I think it will be close though. It's his first licensed Lions autos.
Right.
So that's going to be a big deal. And Ndamukong Suh signing is so awesome. So awesome. He was an unreal player.
He was a nut.
He was a nut for sure. Tesla rookie autos is great. Gibbs Fanatics Redemptions. Barry Sanders Chrome autos.
There he is.
And then the rookie premieres. So here's
Barry Sanders. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's just the kids, but Barry Sanders does not get the hobby love he should.
Not at all.
One of the greatest running backs in the history of the league. Retired early because he was just sick of it, I guess, because the Lions were terrible, but I just don't understand it but it's a generational thing, so maybe that's it.
Well, a generational thing, and also I was going to say essentially the Andrew Luck effect. The early retirement, I think, did affect it a little bit.
You can't compare the two.
I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just saying it's similar in the sense that he retired a little bit early, could have done more,
right?
Sort of
but
thing.
What he did in his career was insane.
Yes. So I think this is a swing for the fences spot, honestly, in my opinion. I think it's a spot that is going to be a little bit less expensive, probably like let's say a little bit below average cost wise, because it doesn't have the biggest checklist. Like it's going to be a spot that's a little bit harder to hit. Looking at the checklist here, this base set and the auto sets are not as long as some of the other teams, but you do have big hit shots, with
Oh,
these
yeah.
autos. So I think it's a spot that if you can hit, you are going to crush, but it won't necessarily be the easiest hit.
I would say that if any of those base chrome autos of St. Brown Golf or Gibbs will probably cover your spot costs.
Yeah. Also, Jameer Gibbs Future Stars autos. That's pretty sweet.
There you go. Another Alabama
Perfect.
player.
Love it. Love it. The Cheeseheads, Green Bay Packers. What do you see here?
Trash. Jordan Love for sure. Romeo Dobbs, he's not even there anymore, is he?
No.
Honestly, you do have a couple base rookies there. I assume they have rookie premier patches. Does Micah Parsons sign? That's my question.
Don't see Micah Parsons on the auto checklist.
Tough spot. It's going to be, oh my God, there's a duel of Buka with the Golden.
Yeah, there is.
So fanatical Parsons, if Parsons signed, he would really drive the spot. But I don't know. The Packers are just, they haven't really had a big splash with a rookie in a couple of years since Jordan Love. Still on the fence about him as far as longevity is concerned. But here's the thing. Here's the saving grace with the Packer fans. They are do or die with their team. So they're gonna grab. They want their cards. They want their Micah Parsons base. They want all their cards. Their Jordan Loves. But just as a hobby perspective, it's not. It's going to be above the Falcons, but in my opinion, not a whole lot.
Yeah, this is a tough spot. If I'm a Packers fan, when I see this checklist, I'm a bit disappointed.
Well, if you're a Packers fan, you're looking at scroll down. I'll tell you the three that you're looking at.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going.
You're looking at Favre, Butler, and Sterling Sharp.
Yeah,
there's your Packers checklist. Unless you're a believer in Matthew Golden.
Yeah, which some people are. Some people are quite high on him. But no Jordan Love autos, no Micah Parsons autos. It's a bit tough. The Packers fans will still go hunting for their stuff. They love it. You're good.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you're good. But yeah, essentially, I think this is it's a subpar checklist. I don't think it's going to be the most expensive spot, which if you're a Matthew Golden truther, I think works out good for you because then you'll be able to chase him a little bit cheaper than some of the other rookies because there aren't other things driving up this spot necessarily super high. And the Egbuka Golden duel is cool because cool. it's Egbuka. All right, Houston Texans. This one's a weird one. So, the big thing that I noticed on this one when I was going through this is there are Stroud autos. He is a exclusive to Topps, which is great. But man, do I think people are going to overpay for this spot. And that's just because I think CJ Stroud is bad.
If you're overpaying for this spot, then you deserve it. And plus, then your breaker's overcharging you. Stroud he's not good. You want him to be good and you want the Texans to be good because outside of his bad games, they look really good. And I love their coach. Another Alabama guy, but the Texans are just, you feel like they're on the verge, but Stroud is the one holding them back almost. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the draft this year, but it's not a sexy checklist at all. You may even be looking at a team that in a year, if their defense doesn't do what it's been doing, on the same level as Arizona Cardinals with a quarterback like Kyler Murray, you may have the same issue with somebody like CJ Stroud that just did not work out.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's that defense is incredible. unreal. Like their coach has them playing at top levels. I will say some people do like Jaden Higgins as a rookie. I'm not a huge fan of him. I am a big fan of Nico Collins. I think he's a monster. His autos are going to be a fun chase. And Derek Stingley autos is a big deal. He is a all pro type of player. And Andre Johnson Hall of Chrome autos is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Those would be the biggest things that really stick out for me. Other than that, four rookie premier patches, fine. Again, nobody crazy. Woody Marks, some people were high on him for like a week or two in the season.
Right.
Yeah, they're subpar. They're in the Atlanta Falcons type of range for me as far as the checklist goes. But
I
again,
wouldn't say that. I think the Falcons have a better checklist just because of Drake London and Bijan.
yeah, that's fair. I think Stroud is sadly brings it up because a lot of people still believe in him, and it's I don't know what they're looking at. I really don't.
Delusions of grandeur.
It sure is. Indianapolis Colts.
So you got Riley Leonard as your big rookie chase here. Ty Warren, sorry.
Tyler Warren.
Ty Warren for sure. Riley Leonard, possibly in the future. I do like seeing Daniel Jones on the checklist. Sauce Gardner made the checklist as a Colt. That's really cool. Pittman's gone, I believe. Alec Pierce gone or on his way out.
He got the big extension.
Okay, so Pierce is there. So there's a legit wide receiver. JT Manning obviously is a legend. Base checklist looks fine. Rookie checklist is fine. It just really comes down on who signs.
Yeah, I think Peyton Manning image variation is pretty cool. I'm a big Tyler Warren truther. I think he could be the best tight end in the league in a year or two. He does sign, which is fantastic. JT autos, awesome. Sauce Gardner autos, great. Edgerrin James, legend autos. That's super, super cool. There's a Bowers Warren dual auto, which guys, I think it's important when you're buying into these breaks. Like if these sort of things matter to you, go and buy both teams, or at least talk to the breaker that you're breaking with beforehand about how they're going to handle duels. Because going in blind is never a good idea. Everybody does it differently. Our standard is essentially when a duel is pulled, we give the two owners the opportunity to work out a deal where somebody can buy out the other of the card, so we don't have to do a random. Right. Our second option is typically sending to consignment, so that way they can split the card. And the final option that we kind of get to is doing a randomization, which always sucks because somebody misses out. I do tell people a lot of times in my shows, if there is a dual auto pulled and you want to do a buyout, but you can't agree on a price, send it to consignment and go and bid on it and buy what you think it is a fair price point, because then you get half your money back anyways.
That's right.
So that's kind of my thought process on that. But that's just a side note for breaking in general. Good news is Peyton Manning does sign.
And just for the Colts. So no Manning split between the Broncos and the Colts. It's all Peyton Manning. Or all Colts.
I think that's where he should be.
I agree.
Yeah. Rookie premier patches, Tyler Warren, DJ Giddens, and this guy. Not going to try and say that name.
JT.
Yeah, JT. What a guy. Interesting to note, there are no Riley Leonard debut patches, which stinks a little bit just because he's a quarterback. And he does have a little bit of a collecting from a little bit of a fan base from his Notre Dame days. But yeah, I think this is a solid team. I think Warren obviously drives it. I think he's a big name rookie, but I think this is a average to slightly above average team.
I mean, you got high potential players on it, and they were a damn good team until Daniel Jones went down. So I don't see any issues with it. And then always having Peyton Manning on there. I really like the addition of having Sauce Gardner on there. Even though he got traded out there late, having him sign Colt cards is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And they do have a little bit bigger base checklist than some of the other teams. So I think they're going to hit a good amount.
I like it.
Moving on, we got, here we go. Big rookie time. Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, baby.
There you go.
It's Hunter time.
It is Travis Hunter time. Obviously T-Law, ETN, now a Saint, but T-Law is always going to be a popular player. But yeah, Travis Hunter is your unlike Cleveland though. Hunter is the rookie that carries it, and there's very little to fall back on other than Trevor Lawrence. But Travis Hunter has all the potential of being a freak of an athlete long term in the league.
Yeah, I think Bayshall Tootin might carry a little bit of momentum now just because ETN is gone. He should be in line to be the starting running back, but it's not going to be anything insane, not enough to really carry the full value.
Right.
This is you either hit a home run or you pulled a Aaron Judge and you did a little swing and miss.
Unfortunate.
BTJ is fine in there too.
Yeah, Travis Hunter is going to be a great chase here.
He is.
It's going to be one of those things where it's going to be not a cheap spot, but it's not going to be terribly expensive because it's really just him. But you have the potential of the same type of ROI upside as, chasing a Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion,
so,
even though it's not a premium position other than, compared to quarterback.
This is really interesting. Did you see he's on here twice?
Kind of like the dual downtowns that they did for him. So he's got
an offensive and a defensive.
Yep. That's what it is.
I think that is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Legend wise, there's nothing. I mean, Fred Taylor's fine. Marcus Stroud is whatever. Cool names. They aren't really going to carry a whole lot of value in the set, so they aren't going to make it that much more expensive. The Travis Hunter debut patch will be a massive card.
Oh yeah.
I think easily a 5-figure card. So people are going to be chasing that like nuts. And then, of course, he's got some nice case hits like the Helix, the Kaiju, all that type of stuff. He does have a Tecmo as well. This would be essentially a spot that you could really pull out Hunter and then just have a Jaguars others.
No, you know what I'm going to say. You're going to have to force feed the whole thing because it is so weighted on him. Same thing with like Josh Allen and things like that.
That's fair.
It is a Travis Hunter spot and it should be priced accordingly. It should not be overpriced because the rest of it is such a large gap between him and the next best, which is T-Law. But it's not a spot that you could really just sell him separately, in my opinion.
Right. That's fair.
And you're going to get here's the cool thing with the Jaguars. Everybody that buys that spot, 99% of them aren't Jaguar fans. I'm not sure there's many Jaguar fans out there.
No.
So you're chasing rookie royalty here with Mr. Hunter.
1,000%. Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the most hated team in the league.
I don't know.
Dallas is pretty hated too.
Dallas pretty hated. Another. This is basically your Josh Allen spot, but with the backup Kelsey hits. Mahomes is driving this spot 100%. No Worthy as a rookie anymore. Simmons, Smith, and Royals, I don't know much about these guys at all. Typically when you have a team that's in the Super Bowl or the AFC Championship every year, very rarely are the rookies going to be very impactful on a checklist outside of Xavier Worthy last year. I guess he gets the Caleb Williams Bo Nix treatment, though, as a 2024, his first legit licensed Topps cards, but I don't think anybody really cares with him.
No, not with him.
We know that Mahomes signs. Does Kelsey sign?
Does Mahomes sign? I don't think Mahomes signs.
All right, well then never mind. Back that up.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's got all of
the case hits
stuff, the Helix and all that stuff.
Yeah. So their auto checklist is
that's going to be a rough spot. I thought Mahomes maybe signed. Yeah, that's no good. I see the Worthy Authentics. The rookie checklist is bad. So you're chasing Mahomes stuff, as far as like base color, case hits, SSPs, things like that. That is unfortunate for the Chiefs because that's typically a spot that sells pretty well in Panini products because Mahomes does sign. Hopefully, we'll see a difference there. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have your Chiefs fans. A super fractor Holmes base card is going to bring $1 billion. Kelsey's going to do well, things like that, but very, very weak on the autos. And we both know that autos are usually what drives product.
Yeah, this is a hard spot to really find maximum value out of.
There's
Thankfully,
a half a dozen rookie premier patches, and I don't know who any of those are.
And there's only 2 that sign base autos. Jalen Royals had like some moments. He's not really like superstar potential, but he can make a squad.
Right.
I mean, Xavier Worthy as the only chrome auto is like, ooh,
that's rough.
That,
but it has to,
hard to read.
You still are. It's better than the Falcons, that's for sure. So
yeah, I mean,
the Mahomes ROI on any of the stuff is going to be extremely high. But you can't price, looking at it now, you can't price it anywhere near what Buffalo is going to be because there's no autos.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, a Mahomes, I think you're right. Like, I think a Mahomes True Gold parallel is going to outsell a Drake London Gold auto. You know what I mean?
Well, I think a Mahomes Gold, I'll tell you this much, put it in this perspective. A Josh Allen Gold, just a gold base to 50, is going to go probably less than Mahomes Gold base to 50.
Sure.
But the spots are going to be reverse as far as what they're going to cost because of the auto checklist being so bad for the Chiefs.
Yeah, so, I can see that.
That is what it is, though.
Yeah. All right, that's enough Chiefs. That was disappointing. How about, though, the Las Vegas Raiders?
So, you get 2 years of rookies here. You get Bowers and Genty with your philosophy.
Yep.
So you got your Bowers. I don't even know where Max Crosby is, somewhere in the middle of the country between Baltimore and Indianapolis. I gave up even trying to track that. Geno Smith is absolute garbage. So this spot, even though Bowers is a legit tight end, this is another one of your rookie spots, similar to Travis Hunter, that is going to be driven 100% by Ashton Genty.
I mean, they should have just full sent it and just put Mendoza in this product already.
Or, do a mystery redemption.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what a mystery. Yeah, Bowers and Genty are really driving this. I mean, look, there is excitement to be had in Vegas because we all know Mendoza's going there, and there's a chance that he makes Genty and Bowers just that much better. And Genty didn't even have a great season last year. So,
and you got to think about that in this perspective. So, like, maybe Genty didn't have a great season. Maybe this spot's not so great. But how much better are his rookies next season when Mendoza is there and they are scoring, they are doing well? That's a big if, obviously. But, they have a good base, of players that could end up being pretty good and pretty competitive in the AFC. But, it's going to take some time. But this is, as far as right now, your value here is Genty. Bowers is great, but he's not going to bring a premium like other second-year players or anything of that nature, even though he's awesome. I'll say this, like I say all the time, having Geno Smith on the checklist was a mistake. It wasn't an addition. The spot would be worth more if Geno Smith was not on the checklist.
Very possible.
Addition by subtraction for sure. Jack Beck is signed, so he's somebody to look out. Seeing here we go with these duels again. You got 2 potential opportunities to back into a massive card there with Bowers with the Warren duel and Genty with the Scataboo. So, it's the Raiders. Genty has great potential. Probably you price this close to what the Jaguars are because of Hunter, but I would not feel comfortable having the Raiders over the Jaguars because your secondary option is Brock Bowers here when you have T-Law on the other one, which is a quarterback. And Going back to what we saw in the checklist, man, having two different position autos for Travis Hunter is a chef's kiss, baby. That is a great thing that Topps did, which would definitely separate that spot and put them above the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's super, super cool. Do note Max Crosby does sign. As much as he is lost in between Baltimore and Vegas, although I do think that he said that he is fully committed back into Vegas for now. So Raiders fans rejoice. That is super exciting for them. And it looks like Bowers and Genty both have multiple different autos, like insert autos type of thing. Interesting to note, this is disappointing. No Genty rookie premier patch
yet. They'll probably, if I'm willing to guess, there's probably a firm update football set one day. They did it for basketball, so they're doing it for basketball.
He does have rookie patch autos, though, so that's good. And he does have Tecmo autos, which is also very cool. Interesting with this team, I feel like this would be a team that could do it. Maybe they just couldn't get the signers. I don't see legend autos.
Where's the Bo Jackson Tecmo card?
Not on the checklist there. See what's
that not Bo Jackson that we saw? Oh, there it is. Legends.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, I didn't scroll down. Wait, that was
me. Oh, because
that was weird.
No, it's because Vegas and he's technically Oakland or Los Angeles.
Yeah. Okay. So this is good to know. Good to know. Woo, that was a good recovery. So there is Los Angeles and Oakland stuff. Okay. So Tim Brown, Charles Woodson. I was going to say Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen on the Tecmos. That is sweet. Okay. So I do think that adds a bit more value. I think Raiders are going to be an easier hit than Jaguars.
I think we just had a bump up because of that. So yeah, I'm changing it. I'm putting the Raiders above the Jaguars.
Yeah,
just should be the Bo Jackson Tecmo autograph is going to be an iconic card.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you if you don't know Tecmo Bowl, Bo Jackson was the original cheat code of anything, and I could see that card being just absolutely standing the test of time for years to come. Like, we learned. We at the industry conference, they were talking about certain cards, that were like staples in people's in their staples in their collections. Like, you're a Pokemon collector. Every Pokemon collector's got to have the Pikachu Van Gogh card, or if you collected Disney stuff, you got to have the Disney baseball cards, like the Mickey Mouse Anaheim, things of that nature. That cards that just stand the test of time. That Bo Jackson Tecmo, even the base one, not even necessarily just the auto, that Bo Jackson Tecmo Bowl card is going to stand the test of time. That is a card that, regardless if you're a Raiders fan or not, if you have any history with that game or any history in the sport at all, or any respect for the NFL, I mean, I know I'm probably going off the rails here, but that is going to be an iconic card that if you put in that same category, it's going to be something that every collector is going to want to have in their box.
No, I think you're spot on. Yeah, I think that's the exact viewpoint that most people are going to have, especially the Raiders fans.
That's right.
The OG Raiders fans, and even just fans of football in general. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Raiders, awesome. All right. Los Angeles Chargers. Another decent rookie spot here. What are you seeing, boss?
Marion Hampton for sure. Trey Harris III. So you do have a couple of good rookies there to chase. Outside of that, your vets. I see Keenan Allen on there, Joe Alt, Herbert, of course, Skip Johnston. Khalil Mack is a beast. Najee Harris, new addition to the Chargers. Decent checklist. I would, a lot of people put Herbert and Burrow on kind of the same plane. They came out the same year. With the rookies, Hampton, and with, a little bit deeper of a checklist outside of the Bengals, I like the Chargers over them for sure. Mainly because of the two rookies.
Yeah. I got to shout out Dicker the kicker before we go to the autos. Top 5 kicker in the league. Sell me all the color that you find of Dicker, guys.
Yeah, autographs. There's Hampton there. It's going to be, I don't know. if you take the rookie class from last year, Hampton is not in the tier 1. He's a tier 2 rookie as far as hobby's concerned. So, does Herbert even sign?
He does not. Lad McConkey does, but no Herbert.
All right. Well, then, another tough spot then. With that being said, you kind of put them on the same plane as the Bengals. You do have Burrow signing for the Bengals, but no good rookies. No Herbert signing here, but you got better rookies. So,
yep.
It's the Chargers. I feel like they should have stayed in San Diego, but that's just my opinion.
I do think Hampton has a bit of a following, and people do like him. He's not as hyped as Genty, but he's right under there, like you said, kind of tier 2.
Yeah.
Lad McConkey had a not as great of a season last year, so his market has kind of dipped. But Herbert case hits all over is very nice. Gadsden was actually a good rookie. He does have rookie auto variations. There is the premier patch of Hampton. Yep, so that's a big deal. Ultraviolet Hampton again looks like I was just about to say, and then we had another Vegas situation. I was going to say no legends.
I see LT on that list, the rest of them are irrelevant.
Antonio Gates.
He was one of the best tight ends in the world. Dan Fouts, he's too old for anybody to care about. But Tomlinson is, until I see him on there, I don't care the rest about the Charger legends out there.
Yeah.
Give me Junior Seau, RIP, and give me some LT. Boy, those are the days.
Phillip Rivers would have been fun too.
Anyway.
Los Angeles Rams.
Phillip Rivers is from Athens, Alabama, and I'm pretty sure he was supposed to go to Auburn, but fucked off to NC State. So there's not a whole lot of River fans out here.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, the Rams look
cool. Rams are a fun spot. So they announced at the industry conference they are doing an MVP buyback. So it's Matthew Stafford time, baby.
Easy money on your Stafford base.
Yeah. It will drive up the cost of this spot. Specifically in hobby and jumbo, it'll still be up in Delight, but remember, guys, Delight does not have base. It's all geometrics, refractors, and hits.
They usually tier the buybacks, like you get more for the numbered stuff anyway.
You do.
Some people don't do that. They rather keep their numbered stuff. I guess it depends on the player, but but yeah, the Rams spot's legit. Just because of the Stafford spot, and getting he signs, which is super insane.
Well, they got all the guys to sign.
Yeah, well, did they get Puka to sign?
Yeah,
went under. So Devontae Adams, Stafford, and Puka, those are 3 legit base autos.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Devontae Adams is awesome. I've always been a big Devontae Adams fan.
He's a
the guy he just loves football, man, and you can just tell he plays his ass off, no matter where he's at. He just wants to win. But yeah, Stafford is a Hall of Famer. He's the next best to go into the Hall of Fame, probably for the quarterback position. Puka's got off-field issues. I'm not a Puka fan by any means. We hope that he figures it out, and we know that he's a damn good football player, but unfortunately off-field issues will affect your value in this hobby sometimes. Nice duel though that you don't have to worry about randomizing with Adams and Puka, so that's kind of cool.
That's a sick one. I think Puka market is still going to be fine. Honestly, I'm not worried about it. I think he's done unreal numbers.
I'm just being a boomer about it.
Yeah, I get it.
You got to clean up the off-field stuff, man. You can't. An ass.
I agree. Another fun one here, Jared Verse, Future Stars Autos. He is an unreal player. So much to the point that he got a gold shield as well.
That's
so
right.
Another gold shield spot to look out for. Yeah, this spot is juicy.
Oh no, this is a tier 1 spot because of Stafford.
It's going to be a bigger spot in your breaks for sure. Also, Marshall Falk, Isaac Bruce Autos. 2 nice legends there.
And there's the Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
I like seeing Kurt Warner signing for the Rams. I know that he had a good career. They went to a Super Bowl with the Cardinals and stuff. A lot of times the Warner spot was the only thing that ever sold it, but Warner is a Ram, man. That is where he made his career.
I agree. All right, Miami Dolphins.
Just keep scrolling.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one is gross. I mean, it's not on the team, not on the team, not on the team. Nobody cares. Why is he still there?
Zach Wilson's a saint now.
Yeah, like Darren Waller. Like, what are we doing here? Quinn, I guess so. Some people think Ewers is a good buy in case what's his face from Arizona or from Green Bay, Malik Willis doesn't work out, right? Because
Malik Willis can throw 1 billion yards a game.
Yeah, but to who?
That's right. Well, that's the same thing with Ewers. Do you want to?
Sure.
I don't know what not to get into what that franchise is doing or what they're trying to do, but the Dolphins are potential, 2-15 team next year.
I think 0-17.
God could only hope. But this is a tough spot. I mean, this may end up being like a dollar auction at the end of the day spot. God bless the Dolphin fans, but this is maybe the darkest time for that franchise in the history of that franchise. They put all their eggs into his basket, and all of those eggs broke literally. So, I love Tua. I have much love for him. That guy won a national championship for Alabama, and it sucks. But as far as hobby is concerned, taking all of that out of it, Dolphins not a good spot. Half the checklist isn't even there anymore.
Yeah, Tua autos. He's a backup now. Waddle could have a good season. He's with the Broncos now, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. He could have a good season there. Achane is a top 3 running back in the league. I will stand on that.
Here's the thing with football, basketball, and even baseball. A lot of times people don't give a shit, that they got traded. James Harden's played for 40% of the league, and nobody cares if they pull a Harden auto. They're happy.
Yeah,
football is a whole different ball game, man. Once you leave that team and go to another one, you are dead to them. And and that equates in the value of the cards too. I don't see any value in Jalen Waddle, Dolphin autos,
sure,
or Tua autos. Dan Marino is probably the best card on.
It's the best hit.
He's the best hit. It's a base chrome, which is going to bring a premium. It's not a random insert or anything like that. It is a true base legend chrome auto, like we've seen with the Topps baseball products in the past. And those are always going to be a super premium card. So you're chasing Marino here. Marino Legends, Marino Tecmo. Zach Williams was a monster, or Zach Thomas, excuse me. I don't see Ricky Williams autos on here, but
no, Yeah, it's never a good sign that when a legend auto is your biggest chase, just for value wise. So I mean, it'll be cool cards.
Baseball stuff too, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Dolphins fans are gonna want it, and they're gonna get the best of it actually, because they're gonna get to chase Marino for cheap, because it will not be an expensive spot.
That is true.
Yeah. So, Minnesota. This is a fun one.
How much value do you put on second-year J.J. McCarthy autos?
Oh, I'm not worried about that, JJ. I'm worried about Justin Jefferson autos. Are you kidding me?
Justin Jefferson's a beast. He is awesome.
He's unreal.
I see Adrian Peterson and Chris Carter as the legends. That's really cool. I don't even think McCarthy signs in here, does
no,
he?
I was going to say he is a Panini exclusive.
Okay, yeah, which is fine. Let me go back up to the base.
Sure.
I hope I'm not taking up too much time.
Nope, you're good.
Base checklist not so great. There's Will Reichard. There's your kicker.
Mm-hmm.
So you collect kickers like Turtle collects goalies.
Goalies, exactly.
Justin Jefferson is your chase here. And then your legends. I assume Randy Moss has got some cards. I just saw Adrian Peterson on there. Justin Jefferson. And, McCarthy, if he turns it around, whatever. But, Hall of what about the base legend autos?
Base legend, it should be just AP and here's Hall of Fame Jared Allen and Randy Moss.
Right.
Base legend is
Chris
Adrian
Carter.
Peterson, Chris Carter. It's good legends.
I would like to have seen Randy Moss in there instead of Chris Carter for the base Chrome Legend autos, but
Sure.
that's fine. AP is good. Some people don't like him, whatever. And Chris Carter was a GOAT.
Yeah, unless I'm remembering wrong, I believe Jay Jettas is another one of those guys that outside of his rookie year did not sign. So good to have him back signing
this
again.
Is good. I know my shit about my legends and stuff, and you know about the newer guys.
See, it works out good.
Yeah.
Again, probably a lower end, mid to lower end team, probably the Vikings. New England Patriots.
$10 million a spot.
Easily. This is a top 3, top 4 spot price wise. And let's get into why.
Well, I mean, it's right there in the middle. It's card number 401. Everybody's going to want that Tom Brady card. He's just the ambassador of the hobby right now. It's going to be I don't know. I mean, I throw numbers out there, but the superfractor Brady of that card, $1 million. I mean, that is probably the grail of the entire checklist, in my opinion. Outside of any of the rookies or anything, that Brady card, that may be another one too. You know, Brady. Now he's had licensed top stuff in the past, but the first year back after his retirement, being a legend on the checklist as opposed to an active player, monster card. And then you've got the diehard Patriot fans that just adore Drake May. You've got Stevenson on there, I see, Hunter Henry, Trayvon Henderson, Will Campbell, but as long as the checklist is heavy May and Brady chases, you are good to go.
Yeah, I mean, the Brady image variation is massive. Trayvon Henderson, awesome running back. The weapon, yes. He is unreal.
The weapon. We'll say why his nickname is the weapon for another day.
Yeah, you got to show up to our release day breaks to find out why he's the weapon.
Yeah.
And then that's right. We're back on the second year first license rookie with Drake May, and
there you go.
You can say whatever the hell you want to say about him, whether you think he's good or not. He just played in a Super Bowl. None of those other rookie quarterbacks have yet. Josh Allen hasn't played in a Super Bowl yet. Like Drake May, you can say whatever you want. He's good. He's legit good.
Yeah.
So
he's probably, as far as value wise right now, and this could change in 12 months, but right now, value wise, if you're looking at those second year quarterbacks in their first license cards, May above Williams and Nix easily.
What about Jaden?
Oh yeah, way above Jaden Daniels.
You think so?
I would say I would go May. I would probably go May, Caleb. Right now, Nix and Daniels, just because Daniels has been hurt. But yeah.
His Daniels market was just so crazy before he got hurt. I don't know.
Because they got into the playoffs in his rookie year, and there was all the hype with Washington being such a bad team for so long. But you're talking about a team with the Patriots that has dynasty history.
Yeah.
And when you get back into the playoffs after a few years and you get to the Super Bowl, everybody's thinking it's going to happen again. It's Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick, and now it's Mike Vrabel if he can get his shit together. So, a whole nother discussion.
Whole nother story.
Yeah, but that May Henderson dual auto is super cool.
Yeah, that's really cool that they threw that in there. Yeah. Future stars, Drake May as well. Richard Seymour, Hall of Fame. Tom Brady Kaiju. Saw the mock-up of this. An insane card.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of a stinker. Like, if I'm going to nitpick, and it's hard to nitpick this one, the one big nitpick is that Brady does not sign. But it doesn't really matter. It's Brady stuff everywhere in this, as well as everybody else.
I can't tell you why he wouldn't sign. He's attached to Fanatics at the hip. Maybe there's something there with licensing. I don't know what the case is, but
I'm going to take a stab at it. I think they're saving him and some of these other legends like Edelman, like Gronk. Like, there are some legends, big legends that did not sign in this, but have signed in top stuff before. I think they're holding them for higher end products.
maybe so. But I mean, I think it is a miss not having him sign that base Chrome Legend auto.
Yeah.
But you never know. There's probably going to be an update. They could sneak it in at one point. So
Absolutely. Rookie premier patches, just want to quickly touch on Kyle Williams. He had some moments as a receiver. Obviously, Travion is amazing. And if you want to get public enemy number one for Drake May, Will Campbell, you can chase after him too.
right.
I think Will Campbell actually might get Drake May killed. All right, buddy. This is your moment to shine. Your New Orleans Saints. Give us the business.
Well, this is the best checklist on the entire checklist. No, but seriously, I was super happy with this checklist as a Saints fan. It hasn't always been easy for this team. But as far as this, this is a good example of being excited about a football product that I've never really been excited before in the past. I never really got into the Panini stuff because, the Saints were never anything to chase really that much. And always the price point seemed extremely insane. But this is a solid Saints checklist as far as active players. You got Alvin Kamara, you got AK-41. Olave is one of the best wide receivers in the league. Chase Young, that has just recently been over there. Cam Jordan, we don't know what he's doing yet with contracts, or Taysom Hill, but these are fan favorites. I mean, absolutely everybody loves Cam Jordan and Taysom Hill. Kool-Aid McKinstry is a young player. But obviously the chase here is card number 398, and that's Tyler Shough, which is without a doubt the best quarterback in the NFL. Probably the best one we've seen in the last decade or two. But seriously, though, this is going to be, I got my little rose-colored glasses on, but outside of being a crazy Saints fan, you are solely buying this spot for Tyler Shough. He is driving the entire cost up. But I'm a good example of why this translates into the fandom side of it when you have your spots like Arizona and Atlanta and Cincinnati, that we've shit on a little bit. Even Miami, we've shit on those teams so far. They're not great, things like that. But there are fans similar to me that love their team regardless. And they're going to buy their team every single time. And that is something that, translates with me to the New Orleans Saints. You see their best player in the history of the franchise has a base Chrome Legend auto. That is a big deal. But outside of that, just as as a collector or people chasing spots, whatever, that Breeze card is going to be massive. But Tyler Shough is your main chase here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm afraid that as a Bucs fan, that we're gonna shuck around and find out because I think he's legit.
Yeah, like that 90, as far as I'm concerned, that 1990 Topps rookie autograph, I gotta have one of those. I would love to get my hands on a Breeze base Chrome Legend auto. Shock, obviously his base rookie autos, things like that. I've never really bought a ton of football. I bought some Optic when it came out. I got lucky with a bunch of Shock stuff, but without wasting everybody's time on this, if you're buying into the New Orleans Saints, you are either a Saints fan like me or you are chasing Tyler Shough for investment purposes because no quarterback, rookie quarterback down the stretch looked better than him at all. And we're not talking about, it was a little bit of a cupcake schedule towards the end of the year, but the passes he made, the deep threat he is, the toughness he's got, he's going to be legit. And I feel like he's going to be up there as far as one of the best rookies of that class.
Yeah, he does have a premier patch too, which is exciting. He also has regular rookie patch autos. Listen, if it was me and I had a vote, I would have voted him offensive rookie of the year. I thought he was that good. And his market,
he just didn't have a whole season behind him. And
correct.
T-Mac made the playoffs. So I get it. But yeah,
His
outside
market
of
is starting to show it, though. His market is starting to show. People are very interested in Shuck.
yeah, and don't sleep on Devin Neal. He's a good running back.
Yeah.
But outside of Schalk on the premier patches, Kelvin Banks was a first round pick, but he's offensive lineman. So
Yeah.
But that's all we have to, we know it is. It's shock for the Saints.
Yeah, Shuck's going to drive this one up. It's price-wise, it's going to be one of the more expensive ones, not the most, but it will be up there just because of him.
Right.
And here is your undoubtedly not even close most expensive spot, the New York Giants.
Absolutely. You're talking about a number one market with the Giants. 3 insanely good rookies to chase with Dart, Scatterboo, Carter. You get all sides of the field there too with those 3 guys. You're not even really, you got Malik Neighbors in there, second year. The rest of them, Slayton Robinson, Tracy, Russell Wilson, definitely this is going to be all based on 4 players. It's going to be your second year Neighbors cards and then your base rookies with Dart, Scatterboo, and Carter. But those 4 players are, franchise changing players for the New York Giants. And like I said, you're talking about a big market here. You're not talking about these 4 guys being, on the Arizona Cardinals. You're talking about the New York Football Giants, which is always going to bring a premium with these types of breaks.
Yeah, and it is all of the big rookies sign. They have multiple different autographs with different insert sets, dual autos. Like this is a juiced checklist.
There's your 4 cards that you're going to want. Your 4 really centerpiece cards on this are going to be the base chrome auto. When I say base, I meant like the base set design template. I don't mean just like a non-numbered one. Get that. Make sure everybody knows that.
Sure.
But you've got your chrome autograph rookies. You're going to want a Carter. You're going to want a Scatterboo. You're going to want a Dart. And then if it was me, as far as Neighbors is concerned, I'm going to want that Future Stars Neighbors auto. That's the next best thing to a rookie auto.
It's massive.
Those second years, and he does sign. So those 4 right there are going to be pretty much everybody's chase for the New York Giants.
Yeah, Michael Strahan, Hall of Fame auto, a fun add-in, Hall of Chrome auto. Kaiju of Jackson Dart and Abdul Carter Helixes is great. Rookie premier patches of Scatterbo, Alexander Dart, and Mbow. So it looks like Abdul Carter's was held out. All 3 do have regular rookie patch autos. They all have radiating rookies. Like guys, it's so deep here. And look at this. Tecmo autos of Jackson Dart and Phil Simms. Like
you got Phil Simms and Lawrence Taylor. They were in that game. That's the thing about it is like the players that were actually in that game.
Oh yeah, it's massive. So this, I think it's an unreal checklist. If it literally just like going through it here, just from the beginning here, I felt like it just went on and on and on because it's so deep. They will hit a lot. They will hit a lot of big cards, and rightfully so. They will be the most expensive spot in breaks.
Yeah, this is your tier 1 spot, tier S, tier whatever you want to call it.
Yep, tier S to team New York Jets. This one's rough too.
The JETS Jets. You have no big rookies to chase. Your number 1 QB1 on the checklist is gone. Breece Hall could be gone at any moment. I don't think there's anybody in the league short of crying and begging that posted more on social media that pretty much, hey, please get me the fuck out of here. It was poor Breece Hall, but yeah, the Jets not so great. Let's look at the legends. Let's just skip the regular.
Mason Taylor, Donovan Edwards, Brady Cook, rookie autos, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall.
Breece Hall's going to be a good or a good auto to chase.
Yeah,
legend of Sean Johnson. Do we even get a Joe Namath here?
Darrelle Revis.
Where's our Altoon at, man?
Yeah.
This is good news, Jets. Your team is free.
Yeah, it is a very cheap spot. Rightfully so. Definitely along. Honestly, I think this is worse than Dolphins. I thought Dolphins was bad. This is worse.
Oh no, the Dolphins are the worst. The Dolphins. This at least has Breece Hall and
Okay, are you taking Are you taking the Breece Hall base chrome auto or the Dan Marino base chrome auto?
All right, the Dolphins win.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is. I mean, even like Garrett Wilson. I honestly, I don't think Garrett Wilson is
Joe
even good.
Klecko. There you go. There's your Hall
Yeah,
of Chrome autos.
yeah.
Boy,
This
it's
one's a
rough for
dud.
the. I mean, if there was relegation in the NFL, the Jets would have been out a long time ago.
Put up Indiana instead of the Jets. All right, this one's spicy. Philadelphia.
Yeah. So the Eagles are going to be great. So you've got your typical, your AJ Brown. So the thing about it is you got no rookies. This is all vets that you're chasing here, but it is one of the best teams in the NFL. And good or bad, hate them or love them, some of the best fans for their franchise for sure.
Yep.
Devonta Smith, Alabama, AJ Brown, two big wide receivers. Jalen Hurts, Alabama, Oklahoma. Saquon Barkley, the best running back in the league. Cooper's there. I mean, it's a solid checklist for vets. So investment wise, you're going to have a lot of Philly fans that are buying spots. It's a deep checklist. Saquon, I know I saw Saquon on those Tecmo Bowl cards. Does he sign in Top
He does
Smart?
sign. He has a base chrome auto as well as Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. Like very solid.
Yeah, that's kind of that reminds me of and that's really a nod to Tots for cleaning it up for these teams, so you're not getting a bum of auto for your Eagles on the base side. This reminds me of the Detroit checklist. Solid three
Very
autographs. Barkley, Hurts, and Brown, the core of the team. So I like to see it.
As we go down here, you're going to see this one is definitely a little bit better than the Detroit one. I see how you see it similar. Hall of Chrome Auto TO.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Barkley has this gold shield. I think the Barkley, I mean, the Josh Allen will be the most expensive one. I think Barkley is second most expensive.
Yeah. Well, there you go right there. See, we can carve out Kyle McCord and make the lawyer buy that spot because that is a Syracuse guy.
Yeah,
and then that's free money. We just charge it whatever we decide on the Eagles. We leave it that spot, and then we make the Kyle McCord spot $30. It's like a tip to us because he'll.
And the good thing is he won't watch this far into the video to know that we're planning it.
No, he'll skip to see what we say.
You were spot on. So Tecmo, you got Barkley and Hurts, and they both signed. That's awesome. Yeah, I think this is a super solid checklist.
A lot of people didn't when they showed the pixelated cards for flagship soccer, it was kind of 50-50. A lot of people didn't like it, but once they started to see them and they started to see the hits and get them in their hands, they loved them. It's going to be the same thing with these Tecmo cards.
Yep. Yeah, they're awesome. I think Eagles are definitely a tier 1 spot. Maybe not S tier, but they are tier 1 for sure.
They're up there with the Bills.
Yeah. The Pittsburg Steelers. It's Rodgers season, baby.
I like Rodgers. You got Ramsey, DK Metcalf. You keep them all away from the fans. Aaron Rodgers, TJ Watt, Derek Slay, Patrick Queen. Not a spectacular checklist for the rookies, except Will Howard. So there is a fan base for Will Howard. So there's going to be a lot of Pittsburgh fans and a lot of Ohio State fans that are going to be chasing Will Howard.
Yeah, we should know in the next couple of weeks what they're doing with him because there is a percentage chance that he is the starting quarterback. From what I've heard, Rodgers is supposed to tell the Steelers before the draft what his decision is. And then from there, if he doesn't return and if they don't draft a quarterback, it's time for Will Howard.
That's right. And, this is coming out next week and the draft is the week after. So plan accordingly.
Get in early on Howard.
That's right.
Yeah, because if I'll tell you now, if the announcement comes that Rodgers isn't returning and they don't draft a quarterback, those Pittsburgh spots they're going to shoot up everywhere. So you got to get in early.
Well, yeah. And by that time, it's going to be either dried out because everybody's blown it out cheap, or it's going to be extremely expensive for the smart people that are going to be, holding it and slow breaking it. And we're sitting on sealed wax and things like that because This is a massive set. And the biggest difference between this set and Chrome basketball is that basketball came out during the season.
Mm-hmm.
This set is going to have a longer shelf life because we are going to be ripping this shit all summer long, through the draft, through the summer, into the preseason, into the season. I mean, this is a big, big deal. And that was a great point. You know, in 3 weeks from now, you know, the Steelers may be X amount of dollars tomorrow, but in 3 weeks, if Will Howard is a starting quarterback, or looks like he may be because Rodgers is gone and the Steelers didn't get a quarterback in the draft, then that spot's going to be XXX. So just keep that in mind. And I see Ironhead Craig Cameron. Oh, no, that's not. Never mind. I got the Saints on my mind again.
No, you're good. There are some good notable autos in here. So Aaron Rodgers and Cam Hayward, both with base autos. Cam Hayward, a Steelers legend. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, is Aaron Rodgers. TJ Watt does have chromographs autos, which is great. He's a beast. This one's interesting. Caleb Johnson, Jerome Bettis duel, a nice duel that you don't have to random. I wish Caleb Johnson was just better, so it was actually two really good running backs. Ben Roethlisberger, Fanatics Redemption is great. Hall of Chrome autos, Bill Cowher and Troy Polamalu.
Is that our first sweet coach auto?
That is the first one we've seen.
Very nice.
Aaron Rodgers Helix. I think this is a very good checklist.
Oh yeah, Steelers are a sneaky spot.
Steelers fans should be very happy. 49ers. We're getting towards the end here. 49ers. Only a handful more teams to go.
Michael Williams is your rookie that you're looking at here. Your base checklist, obviously Brock Purdy is a great quarterback. C-Mac, Nick Bosa, George Kittle. You know, you've got Fred Warner on there. Don't get confused with Brian Robinson. It's not Bijan Robinson. So, 49ers are a good checklist. You know, as far as vets are concerned, a little weak on the rookies. Really comes down to the autos. It looks like they hit the two big ones. They've got Purdy and Kittle.
So CMC would have been the icing on the cake, but we'll take what we can get here.
Yeah, Purdy on card Brock Purdy autos is pretty significant. George Kittle is a fan favorite out there. They love him. There's big Vernon Davis on the legend autos. Vernon Davis was great.
Ricky Pearsall, future stars. Some people like him.
Your autos there. Brock Purdy on the Helix is nice. Looks like they got Montana Gorin Rice on the Legends. That is just an insert. And Michael Williams has an RPA premier patch. So
wait for it. There it is.
Oh, there's a Joe Montana Tecmo. Roger Craig too. That's cool.
The Montana Tecmo auto.
Yep, there you go.
That'll be huge. Yeah, this is I think this is like a right around the average spot. This is like a B tier.
This is definitely a tier 2 spot. Just a strong team, strong checklist.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. I peeked at this one. I loved this checklist.
Where's Jackson? Where's JSN?
Right there.
There he is. So he's
auto.
No base for him. That's interesting. So here's the cool thing about this checklist. Normally, you look at this, and if you look at those autos, you got Darnold, Walker, and JSN. We all know Kenneth Walker's gone. However, as a Seattle fan, and even an NFL fan, Walker's Super Bowl MVP. And that's the uniform he wore when he won it. So that's going to hold some significance on that card. So unlike another player that signed for their team and has recently traded off or left for free agency, whatever, that card will hold some premium because they won the Super Bowl, and that is the Super Bowl MVP there. Sam Darnold, JSN, this is awesome. You know, you got your three best players from that season. And, you know, you go back and you look at some sets in the past, you know, there's people that collect their players just from their Super Bowl years. You know, whether those players, you know, went off to another team, found out something else to do, whatever the case may be, you know, they collect their tops year from whatever year they won. So Um, I love it. I love this checklist for Seattle. I love Sam Darnold. I saw Brian Bosworth. You can go ahead and scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Bosworth Tecmo Autos is crazy.
Yeah,
Him and Bo Jackson were like that was their era back then.
Yeah, I mean, I think for this spot, I love JSN. I think he's a monster. I think these Darnold cards go through the roof.
Absolutely.
I think that his Chrome autos out of this outsell his rookie autos by a mile.
I agree.
And his stuff is already up.
Yeah, nobody wants Darnold in a Jets uniform, but you're talking about on card Seattle auto. I mean, Seattle's already got one of the best uniforms. It's going to look aesthetically, it's going to look great. This Seattle is going to be, even outside of the 12th man out there, Seattle's going to, you're going to have a lot of people just investing in this spot for that ROI because of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is a great ROI spot because, I mean, the top rookie, Elijah Arroyo, he was fine. Didn't really play too much. So, like, this spot is going to have a solid price point, but not overly priced. And I think you're going to have great return on investment buying into breaks on these if you hit.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this as a spot that, that people that buy into breaks, that they get their team that they're chasing or whatever. They may just take a chance on Seattle because of Darnold autos or JSN or the Bosworth card or whatever, or just because they're the Super Bowl champions and they know it's going to be a good spot.
Would you rather have the Seattle spot or the Detroit spot?
Seattle.
Seattle or Atlanta?
Seattle.
Seattle or Rams?
I don't like Puka. Seattle.
I would have taken Rams there. That would have been my line. That would have been where I drew it.
You're thinking Stafford buybacks.
Yeah, I'm thinking Stafford all day. All right. I'm taking this one.
Your turn. This is yours. I'm not going to steal your finger.
Let's hear boys, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right. Now, I don't need to sell Baker. Baker is the GOAT. We are all a little bit butthurt that Mike Evans has gone to San Fran, but Bucks, Mike Evans stuff is always going to sell well and hold great value.
Right.
This kid is amazing. Emeka Egbuka. He is a awesome receiver. He was not in Panini products, so these are his first rookie autos. He was in them like for base and for patches, but he did not have autos. So we are going to see our first Emeka Egbuka autos, and he is all over it on this checklist.
He should.
He should. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and look at this. We stole him. Tom Brady. We found the autos. We found the autos.
Everybody that was listening to the New England spot, just this is our first podcast, our first break. We're brand new at this. We did not know.
So he also has a Fanatical. So
nice.
He has pretty much exactly the same amount of. Oh no, he has more. Sorry, he has more Tampa stuff than he actually does. He's got a Helix. He's got more Tampa stuff than he does with New England.
I wonder why. I wonder if it's a licensing thing or if it's a slow rolling it. I mean,
I think it's a slow roll.
They got the license for 20 years. Maybe next year he gets the Patriot Helix or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's more along, like I said earlier, they're probably saving his New England stuff for the higher end sets. And I think they're trying to avoid putting the same player on multiple teams because they did that with past sets like Resurgence. I remember it happening. There was another set we did last year. I remember it happening. And people weren't happy about it. They didn't love having that. So I think they're trying to avoid it. I think he's one you can't really avoid it. You have to have him in every set. And his Bucks stuff sells very, very well, just like his New England stuff does.
Yeah, butt hurt. He basically came to our division and stole Breeze's next championship. But that's okay. Yeah. He could have gone anywhere else, but he had to come to the South.
Oh, listen.
Hey, listen, I'm happy. Special. You got one, I got one. We're all good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
No, I love it. I mean, Brady's going to drive this spot up for sure, and you got Egbuka. And maybe I should rainbow the Vita Vea spot. What do you think?
You should, dude. He's a monster.
I like
A
Vita Vea.
monster of a player. He's a great player. I think this is right in between S tier, tier 1. I think this is right in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Honestly.
Brady pushes it up pretty high for sure.
Don't worry, I won't charge a Bucks tax on our breaks.
Right. Mike, and you brought up a good point that contradicts what I said earlier. Who was it that had left? Like, all the Dolphin players. Well, that's the difference, is that the Dolphin players weren't loved. Yeah. Mike Evans
he's adored.
And when he finally retires, he's going to go in the hall as a Buck. So, it's irrelevant. There's very few players like Mike Evans that will stand the test of time no matter where he goes. You got your Jerry Rice. Didn't Jerry Rice go to the Raiders for a little bit? Things like that. It didn't hurt his popularity with San Francisco. And Evans is fine, man.
Side note on second year rookie autos, Bucky Irving. Don't forget about him.
When there's a duel,
crazy.
There you go.
Yeah, crazy.
Any legend autos other than Brady?
Rondé Barber,
another solid player.
Very solid. They have a deep checklist too. They're going to hit a lot. Okay, big QB spot.
All right, this is wild because I am hung up on the fact that the Tennessee Titans may be the worst managed franchise in the history of the NFL. I mean, they are piss poor at holding their talent. They are basically the minor leagues for every team in this entire league. You can go back to, or here's the thing: you either start with the Titans and then piss off, or you die with the Titans at the end of your career. It's absolutely wild. But you've got the number 1 draft pick. You've got Cam Ward. And that's what it really is going to drive the entire spot is Cam Ward. Unfortunately, there's nothing else to even chase in here. The rest of it is creek. Creek cat feed is what we call it. They go to the creek, it's trash. But yeah,
that was such an Alabama saying.
Throw it in the creek. But yeah, creek cards, that's what we call them. But yeah, Cam Ward's your guy here. He has plenty of potential to be great. I love his work ethic. He really impressed a lot of people in the combine last year. He is 100% all in as a football player. No off-field issues. I mean, he is your prototypical perfect number 1 draft pick quarterback, just on a miserable football team.
Yeah. I think he has superstar potential.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to need at least a semi-workable body to throw the ball to.
They got to
get some weapons and get some protection.
Or else he's going to have to go.
I
do see CJ22, Chris Johnson.
CJ2K.
2K, that's right.
Yeah, the monster.
Because he ran for 2,000 yards. That's Chris Johnson. That's a cool legend auto. They doesn't look like they went too deep after that. Usually you see a bunch of Eddie George, Earl Campbell type stuff. Doesn't look like they really did much of that with those guys.
I mean, Delaney Walker being a Legends of the Gridiron pretty much says exactly where
that
they're
pretty
at
much
with
tells you what their ideas are. I mean, it's Cam Ward. The spot's going to sell people. There's an Earl Campbell Legends of the Houston. Cam Ward's going to push the spot for sure. I'm a believer in Cam Ward. I think he's great. He's just needs a whole lot of help.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot for breaks. Let's be honest. It's Ward or bust, and it's going to be expensive because of Ward. So you're shooting your shot investment wise on this one, and it could work out great. It could hurt a few times. Honestly, you buy him in a few, and even if you just hit half the time, you probably at least make your money back. So.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a Ward rookie, a nice color, an auto, a good short print insert, you're going to be good. You miss out on Cam Ward, and you get that package from Primetime Collecting from Vita Breaks, and it's just Tony Pollard base. You're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
And you're going to send DMs, and you're going to bitch about it. You're going to say, this is all you sent me, and all that shit. we're gonna be like, well, we tried, man. I mean, what do you want us to do? We can't print the cards for you.
It's fair. All right. Last but definitely not least, the commies.
Yeah. So why don't you do this one? It's the last one. It's your show.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a sneaky big spot. I think it's going to get underpriced because it's rookie wise, it's Amos and Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Base checklist wise, it's Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. I don't think Commanders fans are sold on Samuel. Luke McCaffrey's whatever. Ertz is fine. Matt Gay isn't even that good of a kicker. It's not the most amazing names, but my God, if you hit those Jadens, I think his market comes back up this season. I think he could have a great recovery year, especially if they can draft some more weapons and protection. Yeah. I think this gets priced as like a B, C tier team with potential for S tier hits, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Daniels is legit. And, probably the reason why I ranked him like I did when we were talking about the 24 is because of the team he's on and the division he's in. Like,
sure.
When you're dealing with something like Caleb Williams, where, your biggest competition is really the Lions, which is a really good team, but, they showed a lot of flaws last year. I mean, you've got to get through the Eagles. And that's going to be tough for any quarterback, especially somebody as young as him. And you never know with the Giants now. The Giants are starting to look stacked. So, but yeah, Daniels is legit. Your philosophy on the second-year quarterbacks here. I assume he's got a future stars auto. I mean, it's Jaden Daniels. He's going to be good.
Look at that.
And there's your shields. So
I lied earlier. That's the second most expensive shield.
You think that
maybe even that might even be the first? There's no chance that Barkley outsells that one.
I think you've been drinking. What?
It's a running back. It's a running back versus a quarterback. It's not even close.
But Philadelphia top running back in the league
doesn't matter
over a Washington quarterback.
I think I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I would say it's Allen, Barkley, and Daniels. It would be.
All right. Well, if people watch this far in the video, they have to tell us in the comments which one is going to outsell the other, Daniels or Barkley.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close. I mean, I don't even think Washington fans really spend money to begin with. I think it's all Phil. It's got to be.
This isn't Washington fans buying this spot. This is all investors. This is people gambling, trying to get that Daniels hit 100%.
Just because of the potential of his career.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, man. Like Saquon Barkley is one of the best players in the entire league. I can name half a dozen quarterbacks better than Jaden Daniels.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I just think quarterback and running back value are way different.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I've been in a soccer Star Wars hole for the last 5 years, and I haven't really paid much attention to the 14-year-old squeakers running around the card shows with $60,000 Mahomes cards hanging from their necks.
They're slinging those Jaden Daniels all day.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean, I know that the quarterback is going to bring a premium. As me as such a big fan of the NFL, it just bothers me that something like that would not equate into value with cards when
that's fair.
31 teams in the league would take Barkley over Daniels.
1,000%.
So that's just the way I'm thinking.
I
get it. Quarterbacks are sexy. So,
and here's the thing: he's all over it. I mean, he's got the Tecmo autos, the base autos. He's got the shields. He's got every freaking case hit you can see, and he's a Topps exclusive guy with this second-year first licensed autos that I think are gonna be exciting.
And I want to apologize to the Washington fans. I know that you buy your spots. I didn't mean anything by that. I take that back. You're not Liverpool. I love you guys. I love all of y'all. See how I did there? I got my shot.
That was great. You did. You got your shot in. That's all that matters. Wow. So that's the whole entire checklist. So just to kind of wrap things up, because we went quite a long time here, and I hope some people watched all the way through. Those are the real crazies. If you could rate this product just off the checklist 1 through 10, what are you giving it?
10. I think it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can't love, if you don't love this checklist and this product, then you don't love cards. I mean,
Yeah.
this is Topps Chrome licensed football, on
Yeah.
card autos. The sport, the league is as popular as it's been for, I can't remember. I mean, come on, this is great.
Yeah. No, I think this is fantastic. I agree. It's up there. It's a 10 for me. As someone who has ripped the last couple of years of Panini football products, Topps has quite literally just taken all the things that people complain about Panini products and took them out and implemented the things that they asked for. They've got way better signers. The rookie class is legit. Obviously, licensing is a massive thing. They made great case hits. Like, this is top tier.
Yeah. And I think going back to what you just commented about how long this has been, that's really a reflection of the checklist too. Like, when we do this again for a soccer product or whatever, it won't be nearly as long, but you're talking about 400 plus base checklists, 32 teams here. First time that we've seen licensed football in so long. I mean, I think it was worth the time to put a little effort into it for sure.
I agree. And I'm just going to say, if you guys did make it all the way through, thank you guys again for watching this whole entire video. We really appreciate it. If you could please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit us up on all the socials, and most importantly, guys, find us on Fanatics Live under Vita Breaks. That's where we're going to be hosting all of our breaks. If you have questions on spots or more questions about the checklist, feel free to DM either of us on any of the socials. And again, we appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time because we're going to be doing a whole lot more of these.
All right. Thank you.
Peace out, guys.